Hi, my name is Jad. Today I'm going to show you exactly what to do to convert your idea into a design without knowing any design skills. We'll just leverage the power of AI and I'll show you exactly what to do to convert your design into a prototype. Last week I shared with you the process of creating a UI with AI for free, and I gotta say I'm overwhelmed with the positive feedback that I got from you guys. So thank you. Thank you very much. But I noticed that not all of my viewers are designers, and this video is for you. We're going to be using Galileo to analyze requirements and generate UI. Super easy with natural language. And then I'll show you exactly what to do in Figma to convert those designs into a prototype. Let's get into it. First of all, what is Galileo? Galileo is a large language model that also has the capability of generating UI, so you can converse with it in natural language to ideate and expand on your idea, just like you would with a team member, which is awesome. And then when you're ready, you can tell it to generate those designs for the specific pages that you want. And that's a really valuable tool because you don't have to jump back and forth between Claude or ChatGPT. Galileo will have all of the context of your ideation and will generate designs based on everything that you talked about. So it's really cool to have everything in one app. Plus, you have unlimited text prompts with Galileo, even on the free plan. So you don't have to worry about limits unless you're generating specific screens. And most importantly, it's compatible with Figma. You can copy and paste your design inside of Figma without even using a plugin. And it gives you a perfect design structure, so you can do this without having any design skills for structuring your design. It's just all done for you. You can try it for free and you get 150 credits when you sign up, which gives you 15 screens. When you generate a screen in the Text to UI tab, it will give you 2 options, so that will be 20 credits. And there's no way around that. But after that, when you prompt to edit a specific screen, it will only generate 1 screen at a time. I thought I would tell you this just so that you can use your credits wisely. You can also use the image to UI feature, which will allow you to attach a design or a sketch or a wireframe that you have. And with that feature, you can specify how many options you want it to create. So you can generate only 1 to save credits. So if you have a sketch or any kind of inspiration for your design, you can use this option. So let's say you have an idea. You might have the features fleshed out, you might have the requirements nailed down. No matter what stage you're starting in, you can start by giving Galileo the details that you have. So for this example, I'm going to start with an idea and I'm going to let Galileo expand this idea for me into pages and features. So let's say I want to create an app for finding events. I'm going to give Galileo just the idea and tell it to expand on it. So right away, Galileo gave me all the pages that I would need in such an app typically, and it's giving me the features inside every page. Now at this point, you can keep prompting it back and forth until you get exactly what you're looking for based on your product. For example, here in the homepage, it's giving me a list or map view of events happening nearby with search and filter options. I want the homepage to be more engaging and I want to include more sections in the homepage, maybe different categories or different times or by weather or by budget. So let's say I want this app to find events by budget, weather, and location. So now it broke down those features for me. And now I want to ask it for contents for the homepage again. Now it gave me a much more detailed breakdown of the homepage and what it should contain. And I'm going to ask it to create that page. It's asking me, would you like to proceed with designing the homepage? I'm going to say yes. And here's 2 options that it came up with. It gave me 2 long pages. So the first one has a huge banner, and then we have the weather locally. And then you have some filters for budget and weather, a toggle to enable location, and some suggestions for events. You have a secondary button for all events, or you can search, and then you have upcoming events. And you have a tab bar with 3 pages. The second page, it gave me a banner again. There's an event here. This doesn't really make sense. I can just tell it to remove this if I want to go with this design. There's events for you, forecast, budget, and nearby events, and then upcoming, and there's a kind of a timeline. So I like the first design. I want to go with this one. I can click on edit and it will attach it here for me, and I can specify what I want to edit inside of this design. Or you can copy it as it is to Figma and you can edit it manually inside of Figma. But I'm showing you how you can do this without even doing any manual editing. So I'll just explain what I want in natural language. So based on this design, here's what I'm requesting. I want the banner to be smaller to take less space inside of the screen. I also want to add a search button under the budget slider because if I'm using these as filters, I want to be able to confirm that filter and see the results. So I said add a search button here. I also don't need the location services toggle because this will be a pop-up on most phones to request access. So it doesn't need to be in the UI. And the last thing I said is add a profile page in the tab bar because I see that something is missing here, which is the profile. So just go through this and pretend that you're a user and see what is missing in terms of mobile app design, just logically. You can even go to any app that you currently use and check out what they have in their UI just for inspiration. So I'm gonna click generate here. So this is the new design it gave me. It removed the weather from the filter here. So I'm gonna have to prompt it again to fix those things. It did give me the profile tab, which is nice. And it did give me the search for events button. So I'm gonna prompt it again to get exactly what I want. I'll click edit again. I requested two things this time. I want the banner to be smaller in height. I specified in height. And I also want the weather filters above the budget slider. Okay, that looks better. I just need this as a banner at the top and this below it. Okay, so I said move the San Francisco banner and today details to the top. And there we go. It understood that perfectly, which is nice. Now that I'm happy with the content of this page, let's modify the theme a little bit and then we'll create the rest of the pages. So you can click on this button here to edit the theme. I want a dark mode. You can choose a color combination here. Let's pick the yellow and blue. And you can choose the corner radius that you want. Let's make it completely rounded and pick a font. Apply theme. And there we go. We have the new theme. You can change the theme as much as you want. It won't charge any credits for that. Now let's create a second page. Let's ask it to create the event details page. There we go. When you ask it to generate a new page, it's gonna start with two options. And it will stick with the theme that you picked. All right, I like the second one. I don't think I need to change anything inside of it. Now let's create another page, which could be my events page. All right, here's the page for my events. I think the first one looks good. So it really is easy to edit your designs inside of Galileo just by prompting it in natural language. And it does very well understand everything that you reference inside your design, just like if you have a designer working with you. So with this method, you don't have to touch any editing tool. You don't have to know how to use Figma. You can just create your design here. Of course, get a paid plan and you can prompt it back and forth as much as you want and get the perfect designs. Okay, so now I opened Figma on a free plan and I opened a new design file. All you have to do now is copy your designs from Galileo and paste them in Figma. So I'll go back to the top and I'll copy the first screen that we designed together, which is this one. This is the home page. I'll just click Figma and then I'll paste it here. And there we go. We have a page that includes all of the elements that we generated, perfectly structured. You might need to fix some small elements like this one. Just make it bigger and it works. Very, very simple stuff. Let's copy the second page. So for the event details, I'm gonna copy this one, paste it here. There we go. It copied everything perfectly. And it's perfectly structured with auto layout and everything. Third page, take this one. Okay, so I only copied 3 pages and then you can do the same with the rest of the pages, just to demonstrate how you can create the prototype. First of all, you need to think about the navigation. We're going to be using this tab bar here, and you need to make sure that the names match the titles of every page. So for this one, for example, it's called events in the tab bar, but my events page is called your events. I want it to be called my events. So what you need to do here is hit command or control and then click on this element, double click and say my events. That will allow you to edit a specific element. And I'll rename it here. Again, I hit command or control, my events. So my events will take me to this page. And this one, in terms of app hierarchy, does not have a tab bar because it's event details. So event details is a secondary page that does not have a link in the tab bar. You can only access the event details when you click on a specific event, which means this page needs a back button and doesn't need a tab bar. And this is perfect. This page is my events, and it does have a button in the tab bar, so I'm gonna remove the back button because we don't need it. And now I'm gonna copy the same tab bar that we have on the first page to put it here. Double click until it's selected, and then copy. And I'll come to this page. Let's select the tab bar we have here. And when you have it selected, paste the other tab bar. There it is. And then delete the first one. Now all you need to do is make your events page selected and this one not selected. So you can click on this tab, grab the color, then click on this one and replace the color with that one. And now this one needs to be white. There we go. Now this one is white. That means we are on the My Events page. Now let's see what the prototype looks like on the device. All you have to do is select a page and hit that play button at the top here. And this is the prototype for this page. You can see, you can scroll and you can see the tab bar down there. Now what we need to do is fix this tab bar when you're scrolling, so it's always visible. Now let's make the screen scrollable for a mobile phone. All you have to do is select a mobile phone size inside of the frame button at the top right here. Let's say iPhone 16. And now you can see that the page cuts off right there and everything down is not visible anymore. Now here's our prototype. It looks like the size of a screen, but it does not scroll. So now let's fix the scrolling. All you have to do is click on the prototype tab right at the top right here and say overflow vertical scrolling. So everything that is not visible will scroll vertically. Let's check it again. Now you can scroll. But now we need the tab bar to be fixed when you're scrolling to the bottom of the screen. Let's fix that. Double click until you have the tab bar selected. Go back to your design tab here. And when you have it selected, first thing you have to do here is click this little icon near position. This will make it independent from the layout so that you can put it anywhere you want. So if you click this, you're going to notice that your tab bar is invisible now. While you still have it selected, click this button here. So you click this one, then this one. And it should right away go to the bottom of the screen that you have as the home page. If that doesn't work and it's still at the bottom here, all you have to do is cut and paste it inside of the frame. Let me show you how that works. So all you have to do is Command X or Control X to cut the element and then select the page and then paste it here. Now it's pasted within the frame of the page. And all you have to do now is click this button again to align it to the bottom of the page. Now one last step to make this element fixed when you're scrolling. You're going to go to the prototype tab again while having it selected. In the position drop down here, it says scroll with parent. You need it to be fixed in place. So when you do that, it will not scroll with anything on the page. Let's see how the prototype looks now. There we go. You can scroll and the tab bar remains in place. Now, if you notice that it's covering the content behind it, you can fix that easily by expanding the last section they have here. Just make this bigger. Let's test it again. Scroll, scroll, and there we go. It's not covering this one anymore. And this will look perfect on your mobile as well. You can send the link to yourself and open it in your browser on your mobile or in the Figma app. Some places you might have horizontal scrolling. Like in this example, you have this keep double clicking until you reach this element here. As you can see, it is bigger than the page horizontally. All you need to do is select this element and in the prototype tab under overflow, say horizontal. Let's check it out now. You can scroll and in this section, you can scroll horizontally. Now let's add links to every interactive element in this prototype. All you have to do is select the elements you want to be interactive, like this tab here. I want it to go to this My Events page. all you need to do is be in the prototype tab here, have this element selected, click on the plus and drag to the page. And here you can modify how it's navigating to that page. So you want it to go there when someone clicks here. So on click, and the action is navigate, and the destination is my event, and the animation is instant. You can play around with these settings to make it look cool, but it will give you the basic settings automatically. All you have to do is click on an element and drag the plus button. We'll do the same from this page. You want to go home, so you keep double clicking until you have this element selected, click the plus and drag to your home page, and now this button takes you to the home page. I also need the event detail page to open up every time someone clicks on an event. So let's say this one, this is an event, it will take me to this page. This event will also take me to this page. This will also take me to this page. So all three events here, if you click on them, it will open up the event detail page. Now, when you're in the event details page, you have no navigation bar, no tab bar. So you're gonna need to assign the back button to go back to the previous page. So double click until you have that element selected. And in the sidebar here, you want it to go to the previous page every time. So all you need to do is hit plus on the interaction and then say onclick, action, go back. So select the back option here. And that means it will go back to whichever page you were previously on. I also want this button to go to the event detail page and this button. Now you have a complete flow and you can try it out as a prototype on a mobile. So this is the home page. You can scroll and you can scroll horizontally here and you can click on any event. It will open that event for you. You can click back and then you can go to my events page. And from here, you can also view details of any event and it will open up that page for you. If you click back, it will return to this page. There you go. That's a mini prototype for you. You can keep doing those steps I showed you for every design and it will work perfectly. I hope it wasn't too hard. It's just a few tools inside of Figma for prototyping and very easy to use. You will get to know them very quickly, I'm sure. I hope everything was clear. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll answer everything down in the comments. Thank you for sticking till the end and I'll see you in the next video.